Little people, big world. 8 signs. Caryn's a drama queen. Will this gold digger ruin Matt's life after farm scandal? Dear loves, welcome to USA Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. There has long been speculation that Little People, big world star Caryn Chandler is a drama queen and gold digger who is ruining her husband, Matt Roloff's life. The long-running unscripted series, which chronicles the lives of the Roloff family, initially focused on the marriage of Matt and Amy Roloff. However, over time, the couple divorced and started new relationships with other people. Since the divorce, Amy married Chris Merrick, and Matt recently got engaged to Caryn. Complicating matters further, Caryn had been a longtime family employee before finding herself in a relationship with her boss, and it's unclear if Matt and Amy were still married when he started his dalliance with Caryn. The Roloff family has gone through changes over the years, and Little People, Big World has chronicled the journey. Matt and Amy's marriage had been troubled for many years before they officially divorced, so their split was seen as a positive step forward for the family. Still, when Matt announced he was seeing Caryn, more than a few people speculated Matt had been cheating on Amy with Caryn for a while. Caryn has been the subject of enormous criticism for her relationship with Matt, with many people calling the Little People Big World Season 25 star a major drama queen. During Little People, Big World Season 25, 62-year-old Matt started building his new dream home and gave 56-year-old Caryn a lot of power over the design process. He argued that since she'd soon be his wife, it would be her house, so she should be involved in the decision-making process, which seemed like a fair deal. Over time, Caryn has gone from consulting on the decisions to being in charge of the design process. Even though Matt is the one paying for everything, Caryn gets the final say, and the power has inflated Caryn's already huge ego. Matt and Amy had 4 children, but their son, 34-year-old Zach Roloff, was the only one who continued to appear on Little People Big World and had a good relationship with both of his parents. It all blew up when Zach offered to buy the family farm, and Matt suddenly pulled it off the market. The father and son have since admitted their relationship has been severely strained. Their issues worsened when Matt started a relationship with Caryn, a longtime family employee. Things got so bad that Zach and his wife, 33-year-old Tori Roloff, wouldn't let Matt babysit their children anymore. Caryn seemed interested in bringing father and son back together, but eventually gave up trying. Recently, Zach and Tori confirmed they won't return to the show after Little People Big World Season 25. In March 2023, Matt posted a loving birthday greeting to Caryn on Instagram, which featured a couple of photos of her, as well as a photo of the couple together. Matt's caption reads, "Happy birthday to the sweetest, kindest, most beautiful soul I've ever met." If Caryn was as sweet as Matt thinks she is, she would have tried much harder to make things right with Matt's family. Caryn claims she doesn't have the tools to fix it, but she has a lot of influence over Matt. Like Matt, Caryn also came out of a messy divorce with her ex-husband Joseph Chandler, who she split from in 2012 after 20 years of marriage. Caryn worked as a manager on the farm for a decade before being promoted to Matt's assistant, and then promoted to the role of his girlfriend. When the couple ultimately got together, it raised more than a few eyebrows, especially among Matt's children and Little People, Big World fans. There's speculation that Caryn could have targeted Matt from the start, and now she could be ruining his life. Zach wasn't happy with his father when he learned he had been dating the longtime family employee, but he ultimately moved on. After the incident with Matt pulling the family farm off the market, there was a lot of speculation about whether Caryn had any hand in Matt's real estate decision. Since then, Matt has gone back and forth about selling the property, even listing a piece on the market. In December 2022, Matt posted about his birthday celebration on Instagram. "A huge, heartfelt thank you to everyone for the amazing support I've gotten this past year," read Matt's caption. During Little People, Big World Season 16, Matt and Caryn sat down with his ex-wife Amy to reveal that Matt had made a will and decided to leave everything to Amy. Amy was shocked since she was already remarried to Chris Marek and had expected Matt to leave everything to their 4 children. Matt insisted that it was simply too complicated to leave the farm to anyone else, which seemed like he was making his ex-wife divide up his estate later. During a joint confessional with Matt, Caryn claimed it was her idea to leave everything to Amy. "Your family, in the first part of your life, built and worked for this farm," Chandler told Matt. "I came in later, and I don't want it, and I don't want to ever take anything away from the people that built it, the family, the kids." If that was the truth, and there's no reason to think it isn't, it seems like a very self-serving announcement. It's important to remember that Amy would only get whatever Matt and Caryn don't sell off, which Matt made clear during the conversation. Matt and Amy met at a Little People of America convention in 1987 and were married later that same year. They had 4 children together, including Zach, but Matt and Amy announced their divorce in 2015 after almost 30 years of marriage. Matt and Caryn didn't go public until their relationship in 2017, but very few people believe that the relationship didn't begin long before then, with some speculating that it could have started when Matt was still married to Amy. Since the Little People, Big World stars divorced, Amy has moved on and remarried Chris. But it must hurt seeing the former family employee living in the house where she raised her children. Caryn worked for the Roloff family for over a decade, starting as a farm manager, but was eventually promoted to the role of Matt's assistant. It would only be human nature for Amy to wonder if anything was going on between her then husband and his loyal assistant from before Amy and Matt decided to divorce. Between the family farm and the 25 seasons of Little People, Big World, Matt has done very well for himself financially, and he's got a lot to lose. For her part, Caryn has gotten a lot out of the relationship, financially speaking, including a new home in Arizona and the one Matt is building in Oregon. The Arizona house doesn't offer accessibility for Matt to the upstairs bedroom, which says a lot about Caryn's priorities. Hopefully, Matt will have Caryn sign a prenup so he can protect his legacy to leave behind for his children and grandchildren. Caryn Chandler may be using Matt Roloff for money, influencing him to sell the Roloff farms. Caryn wants to isolate Matt, impacting his relationships with his children and making decisions based on selfish desires. Matt's personality has changed since being with Caryn, leading to strained relationships with his kids and Amy. Caryn Chandler may be using Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff, and marrying him only for money. The reality series spotlighted the Roloff family and their lives with dwarfism. Matt and Amy Roloff share 4 children, with their son Zach Roloff becoming a pivotal presence in Little People, Big World. Caryn joined the show as Matt's girlfriend after his divorce from Amy. Their relationship started far before their split while she worked on the Roloff family farm as the manager of the pumpkin patch. Caryn eventually became Matt's assistant, partner, and now bride-to-be. Since appearing in Little People, Big World, Caryn's ego has gotten out of control. After years of starring on the show, Matt is well adjusted to life in the spotlight. Unlike his partner, who is new to reality TV, the Roloff family dynamic shifted when Caryn joined the picture after Matt allegedly cheated on Amy with her. Zach's disapproval of their relationship led to him and Tori Roloff leaving Little People, Big World. With only Caryn, Matt, Amy, and her partner Chris Marek left to film Little People, Big World will likely end after season 25. Matt's future wife impacted his feud with his son, Zach. Their relationship fractured when he chose to list the Roloff farms without telling anyone. Zach was heartbroken by his father's selfish decision. He had dreamt of taking over the farm since he was young, and Matt stripped him of that opportunity. To make matters worse, he told Zach he could buy a piece of the land for $4 million, a price he knew his son couldn't afford. Matt may have wanted to sell the farm because Caryn didn't want to take on the responsibility. Caryn benefits from her relationship with the Little People, Big World star. Before the Roloffs started filming their reality show, Matt made money from the farm. He would have been well set without Little People, Big World, but the show likely boosted his net worth. Caryn worked closely with him before they began their love affair. After beginning their relationship, she got a house. While it's not confirmed, it's assumed Matt financially helped her with the big purchase. After Caryn entered the picture, Matt's stance on the Roloff farm shifted. She likely knew the farms would bring home a large profit to fund her future. Caryn told Matt she wasn't interested in managing the project as she grew older and could have influenced his decision to sell the farm. Instead of thinking about what the Roloffs would have wanted for their future, Caryn prioritized her selfish wants and needs. It seemed like Caryn wanted Matt all to herself. They got engaged during Little People, Big World season 25, but something about their engagement felt forced. Matt knew their union would upset his children and Amy, but he didn't care. He should be focused on building a relationship with Zach, but instead, he's busy catering to his bride-to-be. Caryn may see how vulnerable Matt is in the current state of his family and use that to her advantage to isolate him. Matt's personality has changed since Caryn became a part of his life. He used to care about the Roloffs more than he does nowadays. Once he began his relationship with Caryn, he began acting more selfishly. Matt should have spoken up if he had second thoughts about keeping the Roloff farms. He greedily listed the farms without consulting Amy or Zach and thought he would get away with it. His disinterest in the farms and maintaining his family relationships may have been influenced by Caryn. Matt's children do not see eye to eye with Caryn. Their relationship formed out of an odd spot because she was one of his employees. Amy alleged Matt cheated on her with Caryn while they were married. Because of their tainted partnership, most of Matt's children were shocked when they started dating. Zach moved away from the farms to start a new life with his wife, Tori, and their children. During Little People, Big World season 25, he revealed they only keep in touch with Matt for the grandchildren. When asked by producers, Zach refused to speak about his father and Caryn's engagement. Zach maturely lets his father keep in touch with his kids, but that doesn't mean they're on good terms. If Matt doesn't make amends with his son, Caryn will be the only one in his support system. He denies playing a role in his conflict with Zach, which hurts his son's feelings. Matt should swallow his pride and apologize for the hurt he's caused the Roloffs so the family can move forward. Caryn acts passive-aggressively in Little People, Big World. Even though Matt and Amy have moved on with new partners, they still bicker with each other. The exes have struggled to live in harmony for the grandchildren's sake. Matt and Caryn acted heartless towards Amy on multiple occasions and haven't apologized for starting a relationship while they were married. Caryn acts high and mighty on Little People, Big World, despite being on the show for a short time, and Amy deserves more respect than she and Matt have given. Caryn may be in her relationship for the wrong reasons. Matt was an established businessman when they began working together. Caryn went through her marriage woes and might have sought out her now fiancé for his money. Working as his assistant, she could have known details about his finances. Matt became a public figure after Little People, Big World became one of the most popular reality TV shows. Caryn may have pursued him for her chance in the spotlight and monetary gain after she saw issues in his marriage with Amy. Caryn and Matt's relationship started when he was married. Amy alleged they had an affair in her memoir, A Little Me. I saw messages, pictures, and other things that should not have been shared between people who just worked together and were still married to other people, she wrote. They deny allegations of cheating, but there's no disproving they had a personal relationship because she was his assistant. Caryn and Matt maybe didn't start a physical relationship while he was still with Amy, but there was communication between them. Caryn may be marrying Matt from Little People, Big World for his money. Their relationship began out of deceit, which is never a good foundation for a marriage. With their wedding looming, Matt may want to rethink his decision to marry a woman who may be using him. Little People, Big World Season 25 recently premiered, and Caryn Chandler is clearly hurting Matt Roloff's life, career, and relationship with his son, Zach Roloff. The long-running reality series, which chronicles the lives of the Roloff family, initially focused on the marriage of Matt and Amy Roloff. However, over time, the couple divorced and started new relationships. Amy has since married Chris Marek, and Matt recently got engaged to Caryn, a longtime family employee. Little People, Big World has followed the Roloff family's journey through substantial transformations over the years. The challenges of Amy and Matt's troubled marriage were particularly tough on their children, making their eventual divorce a positive step for everyone involved. Though Matt claims he and Amy grew apart, there's considerable speculation that Matt cheated on Amy with Caryn. As Little People, Big World Season 25 begins, it's clear that Caryn is tearing apart Matt's family and destroying his life. Matt and Amy's son Zach was the last of their 3 children to continue in the Little People, Big World cast, and always appeared to have a good relationship with his father. That all changed when Zach tried to buy the family farm, and Matt took the farm off the market, which some speculate Caryn had something to do with. Zach has made it clear he doesn't approve of his father's new relationship. The rift is reminiscent of when Cody Brown brought Robin Brown into his plural family on Sister Wives. It tore the Brown family apart. Like Matt, Caryn also came out of a messy divorce with her ex-husband Joseph Chandler, who she was married to for 20 years until 2012. Caryn worked as a manager on the farm for a decade before being promoted to Matt's assistant. When the couple ultimately got together, it raised more than a few eyebrows, especially among Matt's children and Little People, Big World fans. There's some speculation that Caryn could have targeted Matt from the start, and now she could be ruining his life. Little People, Big World father and son duo. Matt and Zach seemed to have a great relationship until they had a falling out over the Roloff family farm. The two men aren't as close as they used to be, and though Caryn claims she doesn't have the tools to fix it, she clearly has a lot of influence over Matt. Now that Zach and Tori announced they're leaving Little People, Big World after season 25, it's unlikely Matt will be able to repair his relationship with his son as long as Caryn is in the picture. After almost 2 decades, Little People, Big World stars Zach Roloff and his wife, Tori Roloff, are leaving the long-running series at the end of its 25th season. The series initially focused on the marriage of Amy Roloff and her ex-husband Matt Roloff. However, as time went on, the couple divorced and embarked on new relationships. While the Roloff children, Zach, Jeremy Roloff, Jacob Roloff, and Molly Roloff, have all made appearances on the show, the current storyline primarily centers around Zach, Tori, and their 3 children. Little People, Big World has chronicled the Roloff family's journey through substantial transformations over the years, including Amy and Matt's divorce, which was tough on their 4 children. As Little People, Big World Season 25 begins, Zach and Tori grapple with significant family issues and confront a moment of crisis related to Zach's health, just as they plan to exit the show. In retrospect, their departure from the show shouldn't be a surprise, as there were many signs Zach and Tori weren't going to continue to participate in the series. Little People, Big World star. Zach recently underwent urgent surgery to address a persistent health issue related to his dwarfism. A fixture on the show since its debut in 2006 as one of Matt and Amy's children, the series has chronicled Zach's journey into family life, including his marriage to Tori and the birth of their 3 children, 5-year-old Jackson, 3-year-old Lila, and 10-month-old Josiah. Unfortunately, just days before the premiere of Little People Big World Season 25, Zach found himself hospitalized following emergency surgery. It was especially touching when little Jackson tried to help nurse his dad back to health. It was obvious Zach and his family would rather focus on his health and away from the camera dot of Amy and Matt's 4 kids. Zach was the only one who continued to appear on Little People Big World and had a good relationship with his parents. It all blew up when Zach offered to buy the family farm when Matt suddenly pulled it off the market. The father and son haven't talked much since then, and Zach has admitted their relationship has been severely strained. Their issues worsened when Matt started a relationship with Caryn Chandler, a longtime family employee. Things got so bad that Zach and Tori wouldn't let Matt babysit their children. Zach, 33, made his reality TV debut as a teenager back in 2006. Little People, Big World chronicles Amy, Matt, and Zach's experiences living with dwarfism. "Being on television is what I know," Zach said, "and all the experiences that come with that." Tori met and married Zach while he was filming Little People Big World, and their journey expanded to include the arrival of their 3 children. Filming with children is difficult, and it was only a matter of time before Zach and Tori decided it was too much. During a recent episode of Zach and Tori's podcast, Raising Heights, Tori proclaimed, "We are done. That part of our lives, that chapter has closed." During the same episode, Tori also referenced recent family conflict, saying, "I do feel like it was also time for us to move on, because I didn't want, personally, to hate your family. The only surprise is that it took so long for all the family drama to drive Zach and Tori off the show. During the same podcast episode, Zach and Tori discussed not wanting to put pressure on their children to appear on the show, which would complicate filming. The Little People Big World couple talked about how difficult it is to film with children, and Tori noted that Jackson, their firstborn son, had already started expressing not wanting to be involved with filming. Despite a recent episode of Little People Big World Season 25 that showed Zach and the kids having fun on,